Hey guys, welcome back. It's time for last month's makeup slash favorites. I just have a few favorites, so I'm just going to combine them. And it's kind of what I was using last month as the favorites. So if you guys want to see what I was enjoying using in the month of May, then just keep watching. First of all, I've been using a lot more of my palettes lately because of Pick My Palette, and I've been trying to try more of my palettes. That's the whole purpose of this little series that I've started. So a couple of the palettes that I used last month, I really enjoy most of them. The one that I was enjoying a lot is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Artist Palette. This is what I'm wearing today on my eyes. I'm wearing unicorn color and some other things too, but I really enjoyed this. One of my favorite kind of looks that I did with it was using Fresh, this yellow, Orange You Fancy, and then this fuchsia color, Punch Fuchsia. I like that there's kind of a weird color in here. There's a couple kind of weird colors that you can incorporate into an everyday makeup look, and I don't think it looks crazy. Maybe I'm just a little bit crazy, but I've really been enjoying this palette, and I know this is limited edition, so I hope you have it. The Julep Length Matters Mascara, I'm quite surprised at how much I like this. I remember saying when I did my Mini Madness video, oh, I'm not gonna like this brush because it's a short bristle plastic brush. And of course, I end up really liking it. It separates nicely. I do usually go in with a second mascara just for a little more volume, but I think that this is a nice mascara. I don't have any issues with it flaking or transferring. I don't typically have issues with a lot of mascaras with that, but I've been pretty impressed with this mascara, and it's not drying out very quickly. I take back what I said, Julep. I like the mascara. A couple of face things. I was using the Tarte Amazonian Clay Party blush all month, pretty much. It doesn't look like I've used it at all, but I've used it a lot. And this was the birthday gift last year from Sephora, I think. I'm not sure if this was a blush you could purchase aside from that, or if it was a color just for the Sephora birthday thing last year. It's one of those neutral blushes that just goes with everything. I just really love those. I think I mentioned before, I love the formula on the mini Tarte blushes more than I like the formula on the full-size Tarte blushes. I don't know why, but these just feel softer and a little bit easier to apply and blend out. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy because that seems crazy, but I really like the formula on the minis. The highlight that I was wearing pretty much all month is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy Highlight. I'm wearing this today. I do have a loose highlight on top of it because I felt like being a little bit extra, but it's just so beautiful. It looks bright gold, but I think this is very flattering on a lot of different skin tones. It looks white gold in the pan. When you swatch it, it looks like a champagne gold, but you can blend it out nicely or build it up. And when you swatch it, you're like, oh, this is kind of a hard pan, but then you move your finger across the pan and it's, I don't even know how to describe it. It's the most satisfying pressed highlighting powder that I can think that I've ever used. That's really dramatic, but I really do love this. It doesn't feel like anything when you swatch it. When you run your finger across it, you don't think, oh, I have product on my hand. You're like, but, oh, and then you look at your finger and you're like, oh, this is beautiful. It's very interesting. I really enjoy that. A couple of setting sprays. This one is from Coola and is the Organic Makeup Setting Spray with SPF 30, which is genius because if you're not familiar with my disdain for sunscreen, I hate the smell of sunscreen. It makes me gag. I can't handle the smell. This doesn't smell like sunscreen. I feel like this feels a little bit tacky on your face for a while, but once it finally dries down, I don't think you can't feel it, or I can't feel it at all. As you're applying it though, you can definitely feel that it's being applied on your face, but not in a bad way. However, I do like that it has an SPF 30 in it. It has like an alcohol-y sunscreen scent to it, which sounds stupid, but I prefer that scent over straight up sunscreen. Ugh, I cannot with the smell of sunscreen. It is disgusting. So I really like this for not using it as my primary face sunscreen, but a lot of it. And then I'm still really loving the Milani Make It Last setting spray. The mist on this is very fine and it feels very lightweight. It settles into the skin nicely, it dries down quickly. You don't want to get it too close to your face because it says to hold 8 to 10 inches away from your face, but the sprayer is not forceful, but it's not as fine as some. So I would hold it a little farther away from your face, but otherwise I really do like this. The lip product that I was kind of surprised by, not surprised by. This is Buxom's White Russian, and everyone loves White Russian, and I feel like at some point I've had this before, but if I have, I don't remember liking it this much. I am wearing it today. It's basically a sheer nude gloss, so it doesn't add any color. It doesn't really do much as far as adding interest, but it feels really nice. It's cooling and it's not slightly plumping, so it's supposed to make your lips look bigger. I don't know. But it's very comfortable and it goes with anything because it's a sheer nude gloss, and it adds something without taking away from your eye makeup or whatever, but it's something that's not just chapstick, because that's 9 times out of 10 whatever. Okay, so random favorites. Peter Rabbit is hilarious, and I don't think it's funny in like a, oh, this is funny for a kids movie way. I think it's actually funny. I mean, I would probably watch it even if my daughter didn't want to watch it. It's very funny, and it's very cute, and it's very wholesome. Maybe I have kind of a dumb sense of humor. Shut up. Yes, I do. But I think that movie is really funny, and I love James Corden, and he does the voice of Peter. It's just a funny movie. I think that you should watch it. Another movie that we watched this month was Jumanji. That was funnier than I expected it to be. It looked humorous from the trailers and such, and we didn't see it in the theater because we don't get out. But we finally, I think it was on Netflix or maybe we rented it. It was much funnier than I anticipated. My husband thought the same thing. We both said, this is a lot funnier than I thought it was going to be. And he said, I agree. This was funny enough to like buy. So oh yeah, that was a good one. I gotta be honest, I didn't see the first Jumanji. I have no idea. But I also love The Rock. He's in a lot of things that are just so great. And Kevin Hart is hilarious. I've been watching a lot of documentaries on Netflix this month, and I'm not sure why, but they're all... I started 2 Alaskan documentaries. The first one is called just The Wild Alaska, and it's about animals, and there's I think 3 episodes because there's 3 seasons in Alaska: spring, summer, and winter. That was fascinating how the animals prepare for winter, because winter is so long and so bitter. I thought that was interesting. And then the other one is called Great Wild North, and I haven't finished that one yet, but this one follows people who live in Alaska, and you know, they live in the bush, which I am a country bumpkin and I like being out in the country, but I don't think that I could live in the bush. That is a whole different level. But it's very, very interesting. This one couple has like a 2-year-old, and I just think how spoiled I am to have things, even though they are choosing to live there. It's interesting. And the trapping properties are such a huge expanse of area that some of the area they haven't even ever visited because it's such a large area, and it's like a full day drive there and that's amazing to me. And I just find that absolutely fascinating. I don't know. I have 2 TV fails for you. They're both finale fails. So if you haven't seen the season finale of Jane the Virgin or One Calls the Heart, I'm gonna spoil it for you. I hated both of those season finales. Okay, I'm gonna spoil it for you. For Jane the Virgin, I know I'm the only person that was not Team Michael. I did not care for Michael. I didn't care for him. I wasn't that sad when he died. I'm just gonna be honest. I didn't dislike him, but I didn't really like him. So on the season finale, when they revealed at the very end that, oh no, Michael's alive, I was so mad. Next year is the final season, and I'm kind of dreading watching it, but I hope it's some random weird thing, like it's, you know, his evil twin brother or something, because I don't want Jane to get back with Michael, because I did not like Michael. I know. Don't come for me. I have my opinions. The other one is from One Calls the Heart, and they had to do this because one of the characters was leaving, and I just don't like when a character dies and then they make the female character pregnant, because you know she's gonna have a boy and she's gonna name it Jack, and then Jack will live on through the baby, and I just really, really, really don't like that on a TV show. I want everything to end happily. Is that too much to ask? It's TV, it's not real life. I don't care if it's not realistic. Some of the music that I was loving this month, other than prepping for my concert season, because concert season has begun, which is probably this month's magic moment. I love concert season. It's my favorite. Love being outside, listening to music, working on my farmer's tan. I love it. Anyway, some of the music that I've been listening to this month, other than I listen to a lot of the music that I'm going to concerts for, is from Hurd. It's called Diamonds or Twine. I think, is this Mary Morris's husband? I think. I'm not really sure. I think he had another song when he, like his first song I ever heard, and I just thought, oh, this song is terrible. I can't even remember what it's called, but it was something weird. And this one is called Diamonds or Twine.
Doesn't matter if it's diamonds or twine, I'll be wrapped around your finger. Girl, you got me till we run out of time. Let your pour, rain or shine. The wind's gonna blow wherever it goes, and the road is gonna wind. Doesn't matter if it's diamonds or twine, forevermore I'll be yours and you'll be mine.
I really like how he's I like that song. I think it's a cute message. I also really like that he says, I'll be wrapped around your finger, because I just love it. I'm a hillbilly, I can't help it. Another song is from Dierks Bentley, and it's from his Mountain CD. It's called Living. I don't have the whole CD yet, because it's not out at time of filming. But I have 4 or 5 songs off of it, and I really, really like all of the songs that I've heard from it. I love Dierks Bentley. He's one of those artists that I never think, oh, he's one of my favorite artists. But I always love his songs. I think I have all of his CDs. I've seen him in concert 4 or 5 times. And it's always a great show, and so apparently he's one of my favorite artists. And I feel like I've said this before. Maybe I haven't. Anyway, the song Living I really am loving.
Some days you just breathe, just try to break even. Sometimes your heart's pounding out of your chest. Sometimes it's just beating. Some days you just hold, but all you've been given. And some days you just get by. And some days you're just alive. Some days you're living.
But you guys, okay, this is gonna get a little fanatical. I am a full-grown woman. I'm 34 years old. I'm an adult. I I'm married, I have a child and a house and a car, and I'm an adult. I feel like I'm pretty level-headed. I don't freak out about things too often. I am pretty even-keeled. I mean, I like to laugh and tell jokes and have fun, but I'm not a hysterical person. I kind of let things roll off my back. I might vent about something for a second and then I just, whatever, I don't really care. I've always kind of thought that people who cry when they meet a celebrity are a little bit crazy because they're just people. They're just people. And, you know, I've actually never met a celebrity, so I don't know what I would do. I'd probably just start sweating and like my face would turn tomato red and it would be really embarrassing, so whatever. But I would not cry about it. However, all of those things I just mentioned about being even-tempered and not hysterical and level-headed, none of those apply when it comes to the Backstreet Boys. The Backstreet Boys were the first musical group, band, artist that that was it. I don't like to say obsessed, but I was obsessed with them. It was all I talked about, it was all I listened to, it was all I thought about, all I wanted to do was marry Nick Carter, even though I knew that I wasn't going to marry Nick Carter. I wasn't delusional, but you know, I was 12 or 13 at the time, so yeah, in my head, in my like dreams I was going to marry Nick Carter. I knew I wasn't ever going to marry Nick Carter. So whenever they come out with new music, I don't think I'm capable of even recognizing if it's not good. And if you don't like the Backstreet Boys, I don't really care. I don't really want, I'm not suggesting that it's the most life-changing song in the world. I'm just saying, as a huge fan of the group, I really, really get excited when they release new music. I did actually cry when Kevin came back to the group. To be fair, I had a newborn, so I was a little emotional. I remember watching the In a World Like This music video, and I said to my husband, I'm just so happy that Kevin is back with the group, and I was crying, and he's just looking at me like, okay, whatever. So if I met the Backstreet Boys, I probably would cry. It's tied to all of my early teenage childhood dreams. Whatever, I don't care. I don't actually care if you don't like the Backstreet Boys, and if you think I'm weird, then I do. I really don't care. Your opinion of my music isn't like that important to me. Anyway, regardless, the Backstreet Boys have a new song, which means a new album, which hopefully means a new tour, because as much as I would love to go to Vegas, I just can't afford to go to Vegas to see them. But it's so good. I've listened to it so many times, and it's got awesome middle-aged man choreographed dancing in the music video, and I just love it so much. And I'm like sweating now talking about it. It's probably not a normal reaction, I don't know, but it's so good because it starts off a little slow and then the chorus is all like so good. Wish I could play the whole song.
I got mixed emotions. Did I finally find me a river that can lead me out to the ocean? Cause I've only ever known the kind of love that leaves you battered and broken. So forgive me for my mixed emotions. I'm not that kind of person who can fall in and out of love with you. That's not what love's supposed to do. Baby, don't go breaking my heart, breaking my heart. Baby, don't go breaking my heart, breaking my heart. Still know what I got.
So good. I love it so much. So those are my favorites for May. Let me know what music or movies or TV shows you guys have been loving. What was your favorite makeup product for the month? Did you have a magic moment of the month? Are you going to any concerts this season? Let me know. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.